What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Maaly Maal with Maal Reactions. Today, we're doing our very first movie on our channel. We've done some Dragon Ball movies, but those are not like full-fledged length movies. So this is our first one featuring Keandre. We will be watching 1982's John Carpenter The Thing, starring Kurt Russell and Keith David. You know who Kurt Russell is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been around for a while. I was even thinking about doing a couple other his movies, like maybe Big Trouble in Little China. I'm pretty sure you've never seen that before. That just came up in my head. But we will be checking this out today. The Thing. What have you heard about this movie? Anything?
Honestly, the little details about it, like they're up in I would like to say in like Antarctica or somewhere really cold, and they're stuck in a base together, and then they have to find out who's. I guess there's one guy killing everybody, but
okay.
I'm pretty sure that's. I don't know anything else other than that.
Okay. All right, we'll see. But you have heard of the movie?
Yeah, I have heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. This is considered a lot by one of the best sci-fi horror movies of all time. Not just horror, but sci-fi horror. I love this movie. I remember seeing this as a youngling, and it scared the shit out of me. I remember the practical effects. I haven't seen this in a while, but I remember the practical effects. Was very realistic, especially for the time. And I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it won awards or not, but if it did, let me know for the Oscars or something, whatever. I wonder if the graphics, or not graphics, but the special effects still holds up. And I can't wait to see how this affects you and your view of horror. I know you don't watch a lot of horror, right?
Yeah, I don't really seek out horror. I don't mind it, but it's not like
your go-to.
My go-to.
Yeah. Nothing more else to be said. I want to get into this movie, get this over with. It's our first time, well, my first time sitting down this long to watch something on our channel. So I don't know if Jay will ever do it, but we'll do something. We'll do a few of these. All right, you ready? I had to take a drink of wine real quick before we get into this.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, John Carpenter's The Thing, 1982. Expecting that?
No.
Gotta go hard at that canine, right?
The one wolf, yeah.
Oh, Kurt Russell, look how young you look compared to Guardians 2 when he was Ego. Everybody like, what the fuck? That's where they came from. Look at it. There's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
If I rolled up on flew in like that and see all this damage, I'm like, we out of here. I'm not waiting. I'm not gonna go searching around, figure out what's going on. Fuck that.
Not taking any chances.
Nope. You never know what the hell. Place is burned down. Charred up everywhere. Holes in the buildings. Completely frozen.
Even the blood is frozen.
Yep.
What the hell happened here?
I'm sorry. As soon as I found one dead body, like, no, let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, we would have left instantly. Honestly, that's not my problem anymore.
Nope. Not even my country.
Exactly.
Big old black eyes. What do you think about that?
A big hole missing in the middle.
Yeah. Kerosene.
What is
that? Why you shaking your head? But they got the nerve to actually go check that out?
Right.
And bring the body back on top of that.
Yeah, and bring it back. That's already terrible. I don't think that was a good idea at all. Like, there's no way of saving that person, so why bring it back?
And it's still smoking.
Claire, I'd like you to start an autopsy right away.
Shit. I'd be like, nope. Can you make out anything with that? Like physical parts?
Not
Obviously,
really.
you got some kind of hands there.
Other than like hands, feet, and arms, I guess, but that.
See, it has 2 faces.
I thought it was a good idea to bring that back.
Nope, I would not touch that thing. There's nothing normal about that.
No, not even close.
Go ahead. What are you waiting for?
Like you don't want to go in. This movie does have like a kind of a slow burn. It's the classic like older movie type vibe to it, where they slowly burn things.
Yeah.
To get to the point.
Oh. Yeah, that's nasty. That's nice.
Now you see why that guy was shooting at this thing.
Right.
Because he knew what it was. Pull on it. Pull on it. They said, we out. Oh, freak.
Good close. I mean, it won't make any difference if he closes it or not.
No.
But
It's better than not trying.
right.
Disgusting. The other dogs. Yeah.
Damn. No, this dog's long gone.
Well, that's crazy. I would not be touching that shit. They ain't got no gloves on. Are you like have a soft stomach for this?
Not really. It's just like, why?
Oh, just like I
Yeah.
wouldn't bother. You can see the snout, nose, eyes.
Yeah, like a weird mutated. That's weird.
Very.
And look at that, they're planning thermite charges. Whatever it was bigger than that block of ice you found.
They ain't lying. Oof. You see the shape?
Yeah, that's
What do you think it is?
just a big UFO. That's
The one we saw in the beginning.
right.
It kind of reminds me, that part reminds me of the, I don't know what you call the big circle part of the Enterprise a little bit.
You gotta just burn these things.
I know I would.
The century. That's going to win somebody the Nobel Prize.
Take a picture. That's what I would do. Right?
Yeah, and I'll leave it
Oh,
there.
just leave it there, burn it.
Shoot, they could probably just freeze it, right? Just refreeze it again.
That's a good idea. See? He was just in there with him. I'm not walking closer than anything.
Benny's was right there, Mac. I swear to God it had a hold of him. It isn't Benny.
Back. Oh, now you want to burn.
There was one of those things out there trying to imitate him, Gary. You gotta burn the rest of them.
That's the most reasonable thing said so far. I know one thing, if I was in this situation, I'm not splitting up from nobody. What's even crazier about everything is that there's like really no help around, but they're so far away from civilization.
Oh, yeah, they're like thousands and thousands of miles
Yeah.
away from just water alone.
Bloody interferes, I'll kill him.
Charles, go see if he got to the tractor.
You got most of the chopper and the tractor. And it's killed the rest of the dogs.
I find that reasonable. That's me
Yeah.
personally. Like, he was the one that looked up the civilization thing. Remember that?
Right.
So he knows, like, if this gets out or if anybody gets away, you know, He's trying to prevent that.
Come on, man. You don't want to hurt anybody.
Whoop! Oh, shit.
I said watch Clark and watch him close. Do you hear me?
I would at least take his advice, just in case.
Yeah, just in case. You never know right now.
Who do you think it could be?
Honestly, it probably is Clark. I mean, I feel like that guy's going insane, but at the same time, he's not.
Who, the old guy?
Yeah, the
one
guy
that was just
smashing
talking?
everything.
Yeah.
Being what he appears to be, right now that may be one or two of us. By spring, it could be all of us.
So how do we know who's human? If I was an imitation, a perfect imitation, how would you know if it was really me?
How would you know?
Could take a sample of each person's blood. We've got whole blood in storage.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you guys, come here!
Damn, drained it, all of it.
Could anybody have gotten it from you, Doc?
I don't see how. As soon as I'm finished, I return it right away.
Great.
You believe him?
When was the last time you used it?
Huh? A day or so ago, I guess.
I think everybody should have a gun at this point. If you have enough to go around, just in case. Who knows, it might kill it or not, but it's better to have one and not need it than need it to not have it. Who do you trust? That is not it.
I trust the guy who just pulled out the knife.
Yeah.
And the guy he tried to pull, the guy who pulled the knife on.
Yeah.
The black guy.
Yeah.
I trust him.
Keith David. Yeah.
I know I'm human. If you were all these things, then you'd just attack me right now. So some of you are still human.
I don't want to trust him because I feel like it's too obvious.
Who, the guy, Kurt Russell talking?
Yeah.
It'll fight if it has to. But it's vulnerable out in the open. All right, Doc. Gary and Clark, move over there away from the others.
He's like, you don't even want to sleep.
No, once you sleep, you're kind of
You
done,
leave yourself open
right
to get attacked.
Windows found some shredded long johns, but the name tag was missing. They could be anybody's. Nobody trusts anybody now.
I wouldn't even have my back towards that door, honestly.
I'd probably be just sitting up against the wall, just looking at all the...
If a small particle of this thing is enough to take over an entire organism, then everyone should prepare their own meals. And I suggest we only eat out of cans.
I guess you could say who doesn't eat. Maybe is this creature's organism.
Who's that?
I ain't following who that was, I'll tell you that. More clothes.
Funny things. I hear funny things out here.
You come across Fuchs.
It ain't flukes. I'm not going to harm anybody, and there's nothing wrong with me. And if there was, I'm all better now. I'd like to come back inside. Now, you got my promise.
Got a noose in there?
Right.
Did you know? I didn't even notice that.
I'm all right. I'm much better. And I won't harm anybody. You
That's
gotta
exactly
let me come
what,
back inside.
Somebody would say.
I always love the fact that he just closed the thing in his face while mid-sentence.
Is it Fuchs? Yeah. Maybe he burned himself before it could get to him.
Where are we going?
Up to my shack.
What the hell for?
Because when I left yesterday, I turned the lights off.
And now it's on.
Okay.
Something only he would know, right?
Right. Oh, even the game I was talking about has a shack outside.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of that game?
Unfortunate Spaceman.
Unfortunate Spaceman.
We're up checking around this place. I found this. It was stashed in his own oil furnace. Wind must have dislodged it, but I don't think he saw me find it.
That's a fucked up part because you don't trust nobody. Everybody's fighting each other.
Let's open it. I don't know. Do you think he's changed into one of those things?
Nothing human could have made it back here in this weather without a guide.
Child! What if we're wrong about him?
Why then we're wrong?
Supply window.
Anyone messes with me and the whole camp goes.
Yep, it's dynamite. Drop it.
Oh, I just have to put an end to you and Johnny Principal's tunnels. Ever occur to the jury that anybody could have got some of my clothes and stuck them at the furnace?
You're gonna have to sleep sometime, McCready.
I'm a real light sleeper, child. Anyone tries to wake me.
Is your knife?
Yeah.
Clear! Clear!
Oh, wasn't expecting that, right?
Nah, that was crazy.
One of the most favorite scenes in horror movies
That
in
made
history.
no sense.
Why?
I don't know, just like the way it opened. Yeah.
I would have been pull that trigger. Still looks good. Not bad for almost 40 years ago. Whoa, it is 40 years ago.
It just keeps getting worse.
I always crack up over that part. Oh, man. Because most movies, like, they will leave it like, there's nobody seeing that damn thing walk away, right?
Right.
But I'm glad this was ahead of its time where it didn't fall for that trope.
You ain't tying me up.
Then I'll have to kill you, child.
Then kill me.
Who you think is the...
The next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the guy with the knife. Never mind. Well, I mean, he's dead anyways, but he's...
I don't know why they gotta do that big of a cut, but
Ooh,
all the way down the thumb. You could just nick and then squeeze.
yeah, like that.
Nope.
Never mind, that's
too big of a cut. Who you think it's gonna be?
He looks like...
Suspect.
Yeah, he looks really...
Nervous.
Suspicious. Yeah, really nervous.
That's him. Nope.
This is pure nonsense. Doesn't prove a thing.
I thought you'd feel that way, Gary. We'll do you last. Get away from me!
Like all the time to report the
Yeah,
malfunction. And they're sitting right next to it. Oh, that's fucking, the makeup is ridiculous and crazy. So good. Got him.
Well, definitely proved it for sure.
Yeah, well, his test did work, like you said.
Did he use all the TNT there?
No, it looked like he used one stick.
Okay, I was about to
But look.
say.
That's how quick he got infected. He wasn't even infected.
It's also touching when it like burst out. Does that mean he gets infected too?
Well, you didn't know if, that's a good fact, but I don't know if he actually got touched. You think he's one of them? Well, the door's open.
Well, no, he's probably definitely one of them now if the door's open, because they can't survive it like that, right?
Out in the cold, they can't.
Or humans can't, but the monster can. Or had the flamethrower ready. I don't know why.
I'd be like every walkway.
Exactly.
You see what it is?
Yeah.
A makeshift UFO.
Smart SOB. Put it together piece by piece.
Who do you think is going to survive all this?
Probably McGrady.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, that is too obvious. I would say. Maybe it's him.
Hey, guys, come here. I think I saw Childs outside the main entrance of the camp.
Remember who Childs was, right?
Yeah.
He's got no way out of here. Just wants to go to sleep in the cold until the rescue team finds him.
It's kind of smart. Get rid of the spaceship that it was building. Not sure how it rolls all the way down.
Yeah.
But at least they had to right mindset to get rid of that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the dynamite had to take like a turn too.
Yeah, slightly.
To roll.
You noticed they haven't really used much music in this movie at all.
Yeah.
It's always the same beat. Dun, dun, dun.
To be honest, it doesn't even need that much like music.
Yeah,
to begin with. Yeah.
The atmosphere is what creates the tension. Guys should never split it up before in the first part. If I know shit like this is going down, I'm not split up with nobody. Oh, I'm not gonna let people split up.
I mean, at least them three stayed together, but
yeah. But is it just them three?
I think so. I mean, they're the three safe ones right now, if anything.
Generator's gone. Any way we can fix it? It's gone, McCready.
Oh, it's gone.
Like legit. Like not good.
We gotta bring this whole place right down into the ice.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's another one down.
Ooh.
Hand is all like blended in with the facial tissue.
Oh, that was nasty. Yeah,
I said, how's it?
Let me cock this real quick.
It disappeared. You're
or not even answering. Period. Fuck that! I don't know why you standing there. Disgusting.
Fuck you too!
Think they got it? Who was left?
Nah, that was two.
Just McCready?
Yeah, just McCready.
They never showed what happened to the other with the black guy. That he just looked back. No. Oh, yeah, him too. And the other one with the roller skates. Remember, he was just with him. And he walked down, and that's, he wasn't there.
I'm pretty sure the thing just got him. Like, that's why he just disappeared.
Yeah.
You the only one who made it?
Not the only one.
Did you kill it?
Where were you, Charles?
Thought I saw Blair. Went out after him. Got lost in the storm. If you're worried about me.
We've got any surprises for each other. I don't think we're in much shape to do anything about it.
Well, what do we do?
Why don't we just wait here for a little while? See what happens.
I mean, he's right. What else can you do? There's no help. There's no buildings to hide, I should say. That's that.
Oh, it doesn't even show what happens.
No. I always thought they should have made a sequel to it, but it keeps you guessing and keeps the suspense there. If that makes sense. All right, that was Keandre's reaction to John Carpenter's 1982 movie, The Thing. How'd you feel about that one?
That's a lot better than I thought.
A lot better?
Yeah.
And the premise, you was almost right, slightly right, because you thought it was just somebody going around killing people.
Yeah, I thought it was just someone like just killing someone and just or not disguising themselves, but just trying to act innocent.
Yeah,
when he's not.
Nah, but somewhat, but you just didn't know about the alien part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
So a good example is right in the beginning. They show the first thing they show is a UFO, a spaceship, whatever you want to call it, alien ship crashing into Earth, right?
Right.
So at that point, remember they said how long it's been there at least. So that means they said 30,000, 100,000, whatever, how many centuries or whatever, and that was the point where it first crashed. And then we talking about way later now. They end up finding it, right?
Right.
So did you expect that dog had anything to do with it in the beginning? Did you find anything suspicious about the dog at first? Before?
Kind of, but like not as much. Not like that. I thought it was gonna come from something else, not from the dog.
So we now see why that guy in the helicopter was shooting at it, trying to chase it and blow it up, because he knew exactly what it was. So that's what I was saying, that there's a prequel. So the prequel ends with them taking off after the dog.
Okay, so it explains everything before.
Explains the what is it, what's the name of that other camp that was not the Swedes, it was the he kept calling it the Swedes, but it wasn't. It was the I forgot what country that was. Whatever country it was. It's about, that movie's about their perspective.
Right.
Of what they went through, how they found it, it got released. That's what that whole movie is about, the prequel. How do you think about the acting in this?
Oh, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Made it believable, right?
Definitely.
Even though there's quite a few famous people in here, some of these people like Kurt Russell, from my knowledge at least, didn't become more famous until later on in that decade, like the 80s and stuff. The guy who played Childs, Keith David, been in a lot of things. He's been in a lot of movies. He's done a lot of work. Him and Kurt Russell have done a lot of stuff. There was one other like sci-fi horror-ish type of movie Keith David was in with the wrestler Roddy Piper. That was called, oh man, I forgot the name of that one. But that was a good one. I had Jackie watch that maybe early this year or last year, and she ended up loving it because she loved the concept of it. Because if you watch it, you wouldn't think that you would watch it, because it's an old movie. It's back in the 80s, but people forget how Hollywood was back in the 90s, in the 80s. They were very creative of creating up stories and stuff. Nowadays, a lot of things are rehashed, remakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't get original stories. That's the word I'm looking for. Original story. You really don't get that too much. How do you feel about the special effects, or I should say the makeup?
Yeah, the makeup was actually like good.
Mm-hmm.
They made it look more real.
Yeah. I know you were shocked about the whole scene with the guy with the defibrillator scene.
Yeah.
That's probably the most famous scene in this movie, because it's the one that you least expected, because they are actually giving him like CPR, and he hit him a couple times.
Yeah.
Before anything happened. And then all of a sudden, his belly just opens up. I remember watching that and was like, what the fuck? I was not expecting that. Did you expect that? Oh, let's speak to it at the ending real quick. Do you expect or suspect Childs or McGreedy to be one of the alien organism? Do you think one of them are, or do you think they both are human? Or I think both are alien?
I think Child's
is the alien?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because he wasn't there at all. He went out,
and
then we didn't see him
for a while
until he came back after the monster.
I know I've seen this ending many times, and I see a lot of people argue. If you look close at that last scene with them two, right? Mm-hmm. You notice when they were sharing the bottle of liquor, right? If you notice, McGreedy's mouth had like, when he breathed, you could see the smoke from the cold air coming out, right? Uh-huh. But you don't see that in Childs.
I don't
know if you picked that up.
No, I didn't see
You didn't pick that up. I know, because that's not something you're thinking about at the time when you're watching it. But when you go back and watch it, and you're like, oh, there is no like vapor coming out of his mouth, water droplets. That's what happens when you breathe out cold air and mean hot air into cold. You see the mist. You don't see that at all. So was that him? Was it Childs? Was Childs?
I mean, I think it was him.
You think it was him?
Yeah.
I never knew, because for me it was more like, yeah, you don't see it, but it's like, did we ever see that alien consume anything in this movie? Because he just drunk that bottle, right?
Right.
And assuming, like, if it's from your point of view, you're thinking it's him, he would drink out of the bottle to put maybe the organism in it, so McGreedy can drink it and it'll get in him. I just thought about that. Maybe it could have been. He said, because remember they say it only takes a little small amount to infect it and multiply.
Right. Maybe that could be a way to do it too.
Who knows? They never gave a. I don't know if John Carpenter ever gave a clear cut final say if one of them were or both not at all. I don't think he ever, from my knowledge, I don't think he ever did. But guys, if he has, let us know in the comments. But overall, did you like it?
Yeah.
Would you give it out of 10? 10 stars.
Out of 10?
Yeah. And I know it's old. I know it's not much of a slow burn movie, but overall,
even if for it being old, I'd give it like an 8. 8. It was just really good.
It's different, right?
Yeah.
You don't see something like that these days. And if you do see something like that, you don't see it on this this well done. Yeah. But I'm glad you liked it. Hopefully I can get you into some more other things. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that was it. The movie was just it was just really good.
Maybe we're not going to film watching the prequel, but we may watch that like off screen.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want you to be too disappointed because some things just
it's not as good as
it's just not as good. All right. Okay. I mean, granted, yeah, they use special effects, but even the special effects don't hold up. This is why people don't like special effects. Because special effects, after like a good 5 years or so, they start to show their age.
Yeah.
Right? And you start seeing the lines, and it just looks off, right? Something like practical effects will never look old. It's just because it's real. It's something that somebody actually created, right? And built in a workshop, whatever. We will get into other things pretty soon, so hopefully you guys enjoyed our reaction. It was pretty rough sitting here for almost 2 hours trying to do this. It's our first time doing it, my first time doing it. And sorry if we felt really tired and not that energetic because we just ate a big meal and now we was tired after eating that big meal. But I'm glad you enjoyed it regardless. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get our latest notification. Check us out on Patreon if you haven't already. And we will catch you guys on the next one.